Welcome to Video Game Plot Summaries, where I go over the beats of the story and then play the ending. This plot summary is Ultimate Spider-Man. Spider-Man and his childhood friend Eddie Brock are the sons of scientists that work together on a symbiote suit that they made to cure cancer. Yes, they made a black mass of living goo in order to cure cancer. Makes complete sense. I hate to see what they make to cure AIDS. Anyway, the two dads sign a sheet of paper, handing all their research to some rich guy, and now the suit is being misappropriated for evil. So Spider-Man decides to make a power play and steal the goo and put it on? Because he doesn't have cancer?
I felt good. Great. More than myself. It didn't last.
What's happening to me? Get this off of me!
Then he finds out that he's stronger, but now he's a jerk. So instead of destroying the suit, he returns it to the exact same place. Eddie finds out he stole the suit. He angrily goes back to the same place and steals the suit because this company has the crappiest security of all time. Eddie joins with the suit because he doesn't have cancer also. But because he doesn't have superpowers, he turns into a jerk instantly. But as the fight starts to get pointless, the cops intervene and shoot Venom into a live power line.
Lie on the ground with your hands over your head. Both of you, on the ground now. The hell is that?
Then it fades to black like that is the end. I guess the two cops captured Venom or something. Did they handcuff him and tie him to the top of the car? I would have liked to see a little more there. Anyway, while Venom was being shot up, Toombs, aka the Vulture, calls someone to inform them that he's seeing the suit in action. I wonder who.
I just have to finish stitching up a hole in the butt, and then I'll give it back to you.
I can explain the hole in the butt, by the way.
Please don't.
Ta-da!
You scared me.
You done with my butt, hole yet? There's an idiot causing trouble a few blocks from here. I need to skedaddle.
Spider-Man gets his costume back and then goes to deal with the Ultimate Comics version of the Shocker.
I never knew your name was Herman.
Oh no, it's you!
Well, you are kind of in my neighborhood, Herman.
From there, Spider-Man handles the Shocker. Or the Shocker handles himself, I guess. Then he cleans up the streets from the thugs. He even races the Human Torch so he can speed up his web-slinging abilities. Jump to Venom being inexplicably free and hungry. In order to feed his hunger, he is sucking in people, taking their energy, possibly curing them of their cancer, and then spitting them out. That's when he runs into Wolverine and beats his butt. Later on, Spider-Man hears from Mary Jane that the Rhino is on the loose. After saving people from the property damage and getting pimp slapped into a building,
Hey, you! Is that a rhinoceros Silver's horn, or you just have to be to see? I'm so scared I can't even finish my lame joke.
Spidey outsmarts the Rhino.
Here goes nothing. That had to hurt.
The exosuit came from Trask Industries.
Back away from me, Masked Avenger! My diminutive corpus will not withstand your contumelious defeasance!
Not with the big words again.
Time to abscond this locus!
After the fight, Spider-Man gets a horrible headache, but it passes as quickly as it comes. About a week later, Peter is at the museum with Mary Jane, who knows he is Spider-Man, and started feeling the crazy headache again, but this time he determines that it is his spider sense trying to warn him of something. He puts on his suit and heads toward the warning to discover that Venom is the one giving him such pain. Spider-Man doesn't do too well fighting with a splitting headache.
I thought my head is killing me. What's going on?
Ugh.
Oh God, my head. Just being near Eddie is.
But just as Venom was about to tear him apart, Venom gets shot with tranquilizer from Silver Sable, who has been tracking him for some time. She shoots Venom enough times to knock him out and then drags Eddie into the ship without telling Spidey anything. Then Spidey just lets them leave. No Spidey tracer or nothing. Spider-Man heads home with Mary Jane to figure out why he has those headaches. It turns out that the symbiote has bits of his father's DNA. So Peter looks at his blood and finds that it is reacting with some venomy type substance. Eddie Brock wakes up confined in a force field, and the owner of Trask Industries, Boulevard Trask, and Adrian Toombs from the beginning of the story explain to him that they were using Eddie to test the suit. Eddie tries to tell Trask that the suit is unstable, but Trask is bent on developing the suit for military purposes. Trask says he will keep using people to develop the suit if Eddie doesn't comply. So Eddie does. In order to test the suit more, Trask hires Electro to fight with Venom.
Here I am, you freak! Come on! Let's do this! Come on! Come and get me!
Wait a second. Are you fighting another superhero on the side? I thought you and me had something special. I bet it's Daredevil, isn't it? What does he have?
Back off, kid! I did it! I finally got that little yutz! Alright, let's finish this up.
Right when Electro starts winning, Spider-Man shows up. Electro knocks Spider-Man out because Spider Sense, and him and Venom fight over who gets to kill Spider-Man. Venom wins, and right before Venom is about to put them hands on Spidey, Nick Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D. show up. Then, Nick Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D., a bunch of soldiers with a helicarrier, just let Venom get away. When Spider-Man comes to, he berates Nick for letting guys escape that Spidey has already locked up.
Peter, come on, kiddo, wake up.
What are you doing here?
Come on, get up.
Why can't you keep this electric guy you're supposed to be keeping in prison? And that lady, the silver lady that captured Eddie the other day. Why couldn't she?
Peter, You need to calm.
I need to quit getting almost killed by stupid people is what I need.
Which is true. Nick is getting paid a crap ton to lead an army, and they can't even hold one electric dude that Spidey captured for free. Speaking of which, later, the Beetle attacks the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier and frees the Green Goblin. Nick Fury is trying not to tell Spider-Man after that huge guilt trip Spider-Man laid on him. But Spider-Man sees the Beetle on another mission anyway and follows him.
There's something you don't see every day. Almost every day. But not every day. Hey! Where'd you get the cool suit? And by cool, I mean cumbersome and riveting. Don't take it too hard. I mean, clearly, as you can see, I'm kind of a costume design snob.
The Beetle then frees Sandman too. Wanting answers, Spider-Man tangles with the Beetle, but the Beetle flies to the Latverian embassy. In the meantime, Eddie tells Trask that he feels a little more control when Spider-Man is close to him. Trask quickly deduces that Peter Parker is Spider-Man since Peter's father used his base DNA for the symbiote. Silver Sable is instructed to find out everything that Eddie knows about Peter, but when Eddie tries to, the symbiote takes over. It doesn't want anyone else to get Parker but it.
Mine, and you can't have him.
Brock.
You are not going to kill me! Do you hear me in there? You are not going to kill me!
Silver Sable gets tired of being spanked by the tentacles and calls the backup to blow Venom away. But instead of getting blown away, he just plain gets away. And Silver Sable pays a steep price of her own personal helicarrier. But she knows that she can always go after Spider-Man and wait for Venom to show up, so everything's okay, I guess. Back to Spider-Man. Mary Jane does research for him and finds a website that talks about the Latverian embassy and their experiments. So Spider-Man figures that he should go there and nip it in the bud. But before he actually goes that way, Nick Fury shows up and tells Spider-Man not to go to the Latverian embassy because he doesn't have the clearance to do so. Which was bait because Nick Fury knew that Spider-Man would go there just to spite him. However, Spider-Man was about to go anyway. Maybe Nick Fury needed him to go in immediately as opposed to tomorrow? Because that whole scene seems pointless.
18 and over? Huh, how does he think he is? Great. It needs to stop, right? I have now officially run out of ways to say ow.
And now, this ends!
I agree. What is this again?
Spider-Man, of course, gives chase and ends up knocking him out. Of course, S.H.I.E.L.D. was monitoring the whole situation and dropped down the moment the Green Goblin was knocked out in order to take him back to the helicarrier and put him in prison again.
Could you have made a bigger mess?
No, and believe me, I tried.
You've got some mouth on you.
Wow. You'd think you'd be a teeny bit nicer considering I just did your job for you.
Meanwhile, Beetle tracks down Venom and hits him with a concussive blast because he needs a sample. But Venom kicks his butt and escapes. At around the same time, Silver Sable tracks down Peter Parker and shoots him with a tranquilizer dart because spider sense. Alright, let me go on a rant here real quick. I can't stand when they don't let Spider-Man have his spider sense all the time. Okay, usually Venom doesn't set off Spider-Man's spider sense. And in this game, it totally sets off the spider sense, like to the point where he has a pounding headache. However, every bad guy that deals with him damn near knocks him cold out because his spider sense ain't working for some reason. Like, I don't understand this. I don't get it. The Peter tingle is always in effect, y'all. I can't stand when the writers use the spider sense to try and warn him of danger and early warning and all that. And then, you know, as it's convenient with the story, they just want to show him get mollywopped or whatever just to prove that Spider-Man could get his butt kicked, even though he's one of the more elite fighters in the Marvel Universe. And, you know, they just, you know, oh, spider sense don't work right now. Like, the dude wheels back way back into the air and then mollywop Spider-Man for no reason at all. Like, even a person without the spider sense could have dodged that shit. And Spider-Man gets hit every single time in this game. It drives me crazy. Anyway. At around the same time, Silver Sable tracks down Peter Parker and shoots him with a tranquilizer dart because spider sense. When Peter Parker falls asleep and wakes up, he is in a limousine. Fortunately for him, his body metabolizes the tranquilizer super fast. So Spider-Man starts fighting Silver Sable until Silver Sable gets tired of fighting and then starts threatening all of Peter's friends and family if he doesn't get back in the limousine.
Okay, can we stop all the... What is wrong with you?
You're just gonna stand there?
Thinking about it. Are we done, Eddie? Ah, thank goodness. I didn't know how much longer I was going to be able to stay conscious.
And just then, Silver Sable wakes up. Isn't she a lucky girl? Spider-Man wakes up in the Trask laboratory with Toombs looking over him. Toombs immediately asks if Spider-Man wore the Venom suit. Spider-Man confesses he wore it for about an hour, and Toombs figures out that Spider-Man has pieces of the Venom suit still inside him, which explains the weird-looking blood that Peter saw through the microscope. Toombs gives him something to help accelerate the activity of the suit so that he could study it.
Status?
What was that? What's happening? Oh my God. I know.
You! Parker!
Yes! Eddie? Eddie, what's going on?
I have absolute, total control. Now then, I have a score to settle.
Which way do you figure?
Trask's offices.
My father! Tell me about my father!
Everything you could ever want to know about your parents is right here. I've had this ever since I found out.
You again?
Down, boy. My contract with Trask expired 10 minutes ago. And if you're chasing him, don't worry. He doesn't know how to fly that helicopter.
But you...
No hard feelings. Business is business, eh?
Instead of ripping the helicopter open and ripping Trask apart, Venom tries to push the helicopter over the side of the building because video game logic. And that's it. Enjoy the ending.
It was over. Now I can learn everything that Trask knew about what happened 10 years ago.
Burn it. We'll start new.
Peter, I have all these things in my head, things I want to say, things I think as your father you'll need to hear. You're going to find that there are people in this world, people who you are going to look at and say, why is this person like this? I find myself surrounded by people who will do or say anything, just for the appearance that they are better than they are.
There were 3 survivors of the crash. They all reported seeing the same thing. One of the witnesses was my mother. She died in the ambulance.
Peter, you did good today.
Eddie needs to see this. It's about our parents.
Eddie's not here. He was gone before we showed up. We'll find him. We always do.
Mr. Trask, I have been looking forward to this.
Eddie? I can't believe.
You know what I can't believe? I can't believe that after all the things you did, all the things you made me do, that after all of that, all you got was 3 years in a golf course prison.
You can't do anything to me in here. The guards.
They aren't nearly well armed enough.
You want to talk about it?
I wouldn't know where to begin.
You can just ramble.
I'm okay.
I love you.
I know. It's just...
What?
Eddie, I mean. He's out there. And I don't know if I'm scared of him or for him.
But he's not here.
No.
I'm here.
Okay, so that was Ultimate Spider-Man for the PlayStation 2. I don't know if they had it for Xbox. I had it on PlayStation 2. I bought it the day it came out too. Bought the extra cover. It had Venom on it and everything. It was pretty cool. Anyway, I like Ultimate Spider-Man. I think Ultimate Spider-Man is one of the cooler ones, and they keep using Ultimate Spider-Man to make the movies hip and trendy. You know, although, spoiler alert, this is the one that actually died. Like, when Miles Morales came to be, this Ultimate Spider-Man is the one that died when Miles Morales came to take his place. So it's always bittersweet, like, going over this game. I redid this plot summary because I didn't think the plot summary did this game any justice. Spider-Man is one of my favorite characters just because he's got a lot of quips to say, and the Ultimate Spider-Man is one of my favorite Spider-Men because he doesn't take as much crap as the other ones do just because he's a teenager and stuff. But I'm a grown-ass man, and I would say a lot of the stuff that Ultimate Spider-Man says, I don't get why the older Spider-Man is okay with things. You know, it's one thing to have self-deprecating humor and stuff. It's another to let people step all over you. And the old Spider-Man lets people crush him. You know, Tobey Maguire would let people crush him. You know what I mean? And he'd be okay with that. But this Spider-Man would just be like, you're welcome. And then he'd like go somewhere else. I mean, he keeps in mind what he's supposed to do, but he doesn't ever leave without, you know, giving off a hint of irritant from people who are, you know, stupid and unapologetically ungrateful. You know what I mean? Which is pretty much New York in a nutshell. It's a lot of aggressive passiveness. You know what I mean? It's just too bad that this is the one that died, you know? We don't get to see this. I mean, they'll probably bring this Spider-Man back, this specific one. And they always try to do it with the Andrew Garfield one. It didn't work out too well because he's too in love with Gwen Stacy. It was the wrong place and the wrong time. I really would have liked the Andrew Garfield one a lot better if they took out all the lovey-dovey moments with Gwen Stacy. But they kind of ran with it because Andrew Garfield and what's-her-face, you know, started really liking each other anyway. So they were just like, this is going to be movie magic, you know. I didn't come there to see Spider-Man fall in love with Gwen Stacy and go on tons of dates. Like, we can talk about the dates they go on and stuff like that, but I want to see some Spidey action, you know. And this Ultimate Spider-Man had Spidey action, and he already had a girlfriend, and they were cool, and they worked together like, you know, police officers and stuff. You know what I mean? You can't go wrong with that formula, you know. But like I say, Mary Jane is still the dopest woman in Marvel Comics, you know. No matter how many different ways they try to write her, she's pretty dope. Anyway, thank you for joining me on this journey, and thank you for watching the remake. If you saw the last one, thank you for watching this one. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week with something totally different, you know. You guys freed me like Neo freed Agent Smith. Peace.